Something used to shake my bed every night, and it wasn't an earthquake, because only I could feel it. I don't usually talk about this, but what happened in my childhood still doesn't make sense. It started when I was 6. My bed would shake violently at night, like something was underneath it, hitting from below. Not once, but repeatedly. I thought it was an earthquake, but only I could feel it. I used to hide under heavy blankets, frozen, hoping it would stop. One night it got worse. The shaking became so strong I screamed while lying in bed. My sisters ran to the door and just stood there, wide eyes, silent. My mom came in, turned on the light, and instantly everything stopped. No shaking, no sound, like it had never happened. But I wasn't imagining it. My sisters said I was screaming about an earthquake under my bed. There was no earthquake. After that night, the house changed. Lights turned on by themselves. Radios blasted static in empty rooms. TVs flickered with noise that made no sense. It always happened in silence. When we were calm, we started avoiding the house. We'd sit outside waiting for our parents, because inside felt heavy, wrong, like something was there with us, especially the hallway. Even in daylight it felt off. At night, we didn't walk, we ran, because it didn't feel empty. It felt aware. Sometimes I walked slowly through it, just to prove nothing was there. But every time, the air felt heavier, like something noticed me. My siblings felt it too. We just never talked about it. Each of us thought it was only happening to us, but we were all living the same fear, alone. At night, things escalated. Doors creaked open slowly. Footsteps echoed in empty rooms. Not random, but deliberate, like something checking if we were awake. My parents found nothing. No intruder. No explanation. Just silence afterward. But silence never felt empty. It felt occupied. One night changed everything. I woke up and felt it immediately. The air was heavier. My body wouldn't move properly. Then I realized. The bed wasn't shaking this time. Something was on it. I couldn't see anything, but I felt a dip beside me, like weight shifting closer. No sound. No movement. Just presence. Then I heard it. Breathing. Right next to my ear. Not mine. I couldn't move. I couldn't scream. Fully awake. Trapped with something sharing my space. Then it stopped. Like it knew I noticed it. The next morning, I stayed silent. But I knew it. We were not alone. My siblings started saying the same things. Shadows. Footsteps. Reflections that moved wrong. We were seeing different parts of the same thing. Something in that house was observing us. Eventually, we moved out. Everything stopped. No shaking. No footsteps. No lights. Nothing. But it never felt like it left. It felt like it stopped showing itself. Like it had learned everything it needed. And was just waiting. Because some presences don't scare you every night. They observe. My parents thought I had an imaginary friend, until she started predicting things before they happened. Not me, my cousin. And even now she can't explain it. She was only 4 when they moved into that old 1900s house. Quiet, too quiet. And that's when she met her. A girl named Lena, upstairs. In a room no one used. They called it imagination. Until Lena started appearing in the doorway. Just watching. Never speaking first. Always standing there like she already knew what would happen next. And then one night, she woke up frozen. Heavy silence in the room. And at the foot of her bed, Lena was there. Not touching the floor. Not blinking. And she whispered, "Don't go near the stairs tomorrow." The next day the railing snapped. She fell forward, but stopped right at the edge. Like something caught her. Accident, they said, weak wood. But then it happened again. Don't eat that. And everyone else got sick. Stay inside today. And a crash happened right outside their street. Don't go with them. And those friends ended up in the hospital, until Lena stopped fully appearing, becoming just a breath behind her ear, sometimes a shadow in the corner, until one day in the attic, they found a hidden box behind the wall, old photographs inside, and in one picture, Lena, same face, same eyes, and written on the back, Lena Harper, 1916. Records confirmed she died at 13, the same age my cousin was when the warning stopped. And after that, no footsteps, no voice, nothing, just silence. But sometimes, when something feels wrong, she still hears it, very faint. Not today. And the worst part is, now it doesn't sound like Lena anymore. It sounds like someone else saying it. She thought she was living alone, until the fridge proved her wrong. Not me, but my cousin. And this is one of the most unexplained paranormal stories I've ever heard. We were extremely close to our grandmother, and when she passed away, everything changed. My cousin lived alone, and at first, nothing felt strange. No noises, no shadows, nothing unusual. But then, small things started to change. One day, she came home from grocery shopping and placed exactly 5 apples in her fridge. She clearly remembered counting them. The next morning, she opened the fridge, and there were 6. She froze, counted again, 6. She laughed it off, thinking maybe she miscounted. But a few nights later, she was sitting alone looking at old photos of our grandmother, and she whispered, "I miss you. I really do." Then she went to sleep. The next morning, she walked into the kitchen, opened the fridge, and now there were 4 apples. That's when it didn't feel normal anymore. No one had been there. No one had come in. Yet something was changing things. That night, she decided to test it. She placed a plate inside the fridge with 3 slices of bread, and wrote 3 on it with a marker. She closed the fridge and went to bed. The next morning, she stood there for a moment, then slowly opened the door. There were 4 slices, and the number had changed from 3 to 4. This time, she didn't laugh. Later that day, she remembered something her grandmother used to say, "Never leave food unfinished. Always keep it full." And now, the fridge was never empty. Over the next few days, things got worse. Sometimes the fridge door would open on its own, and more than once, she felt like someone was standing right behind her, watching her. A week later, she decided to leave the house, but before she left, she walked into the kitchen one last time, took a deep breath, and opened the fridge. It was completely empty, except for one thing, a small folded note. She picked it up, her hand shaking. It wasn't her handwriting. It said, "I'm still taking care of you." Because whatever was there knew exactly what she needed, and never really left. The call came from his mother, at the exact moment she couldn't move, couldn't speak, and wasn't even holding her phone. Not me, but my older brother. And this is something he still cannot explain. Back in 2012, he was living alone in a small apartment in Manchester. Normal life, normal routine, nothing strange, nothing paranormal. Until one night, at exactly 2:32 a.m., his phone started ringing. Still half asleep, he reached for it. The screen showed, "Mom calling." He answered, but there was no voice, no hello, no sound at all, just breathing, slow, uneven, weak breathing. He sat up, confused. "Mom." No response. The breathing continued, getting slower, weaker, like someone struggling to stay conscious. Then suddenly, the call ended. He stared at his phone. Call duration, 12 seconds. Time, 2:32 a.m. He almost called back, but stopped, thinking maybe it was a glitch or a mistake. So he put the phone down and went back to sleep. The next morning, he woke up to a message from our dad. Call me. It's urgent. He called immediately. Our dad answered, his voice shaking. Your mom collapsed last night. He froze. What time? Our dad said, around 2:30, maybe 2:32. He slowly looked at his phone, opened the call log. There it was. Mom calling, 2:32 a.m. The exact same time. His hands started shaking. I spoke to her. But our dad said something that didn't make sense. She couldn't have called you. Her phone was on the table. They found it there. When they called the ambulance, no outgoing calls, no activity, nothing. Later that day, he went to the hospital. When our mom finally woke up, she said something that made it even harder to explain. Right before she collapsed, she remembered trying to reach him, not dialing, not touching her phone, just thinking, I need to call him. And somehow, the call went through. To this day, there's no explanation, no record, no proof, except one thing, that call log, that still exists, on his phone, and the part he can't forget, was the breathing, because it didn't sound random, it didn't sound like noise, it sounded like someone trying to stay alive. So tell me, was it just a glitch, or something we still don't understand? Because sometimes, a call for help doesn't need a phone,